tell us a little bit about yourself is a very, very common opener to an interview. And this is actually an opportunity for you to deliver a very concise, well-structured response that will impress the person interviewing you from the very beginning and set the tone right from the very start. The most important thing is that for the answer to this question, you should not be rambling on, but you should have a plan what you're talking about, and you should give a concise answer. You have to remember why people ask this question. I mean, they have already looked at your CV, so they basically already know a little bit about yourself. What they want from you by asking this question is to find out if you can think through what you have done clearly enough to deliver a well-structured answer that clearly communicates what you're all about. So this is your chance to show that you can communicate clearly and effectively. It is also an opportunity to steer where the conversation may be heading to next. One good way to answer this question is to state what your training has been, what your main interests are, what your previous research was on, what you found in a nutshell, and what you're looking forward to doing next. So basically it gives you a bit of an overview of the past, the present, and the future. One answer example could, for example, be, I am an ecologist by training, and I'm most interested in soil ecology. I did my PhD on soil fungi, where I found out how they respond to a major factor of global change, namely elevated atmospheric CO2. I really enjoyed learning about this topic using molecular methods, and now I'm looking forward to applying the same principles to find out how fungi might respond to multiple factors of global change next. I think this would be a good answer because it's concise and to the point. It's not cluttered with unnecessary detail. It shows where you're coming from, it shows what you have enjoyed a lot and what you're actually planning on doing next, like how you seek to grow professionally in the future. And it can prompt a follow-on question like, what have you actually found out about elevated CO2 effects, or why are you so interested in finding out what multiple global change factors do? And now some 4 tips on how to answer this question in general terms. Number 1, given that it is so important that you communicate very clearly in response to this question, it would be a very good idea to take some notes so you make sure what you say is already kind of laid out. I mean, don't memorize an answer, but make sure that you hit all the major points that you wanted to hit on in response to that question. Remember that this is the first impression during the interview if the interviewer really starts out with that question, so it's important to get it just right. And also remember that you can tailor your response a little bit to fit the position better. For example, if this is a position about molecular methods, you might add some detail on the molecular methods you have been using and what are your plans to refine your knowledge on molecular methods going forward. Second point, do not start with childhood stories like I always like to play in the sand when I was little or something like that. Don't answer with what your hobbies are, just keep it strictly professional to your education and to your research experience. Tip 3, you can also say something about your general personality without being unnecessarily revealing. For example, you might say, I'm coming across as a bit shy in the beginning, but I really enjoy working in a team. Once I get to know people, I am actually a very good team player. And number 4, remember that your answer to that question can really sort of steer the interviewer to the next question. So make sure you steer it in the direction that you want to go and that plays on your strengths. For example, statistical methods or molecular methods or whatever have you. And with that, good luck with your interview. Let me know what your experience with this question was in the comments. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.